देव सिन्धुं दुरितात्यग्निः तामग्निवर्णां तपसा ज्वलन्तीं वैरोचनि कर्मफलेषु जुष्टां दुर्गां देवीं शरणमां त्वं पारयानव्यो अस्मान् स्वस्तिभिरपि दुर्गाणि विश्वा पूष्य पृथिवी बहुला न उर्वी भवातोकायतनयाय शंयोः विश्वानि नो दुर्गः जातवेदः सिन्धुन्ननावा तुरितादिवर्षि। ओम श्री दुर्गायै नमः।
We invite Pujya Swami Swaroopanandaji and Swami Advayananda to perform Chinmaya Ashtottara Shatanamavali Archana and Arati.
Om Ajaya Namaha, Om Avyayaya Namaha, Om Avinashine Namaha, Om Achintyaya Namaha, Om Aprameyaya Namaha, Om Advitiyaya Namaha, Om Aniketaya Namaha, Om Anushasana Priyaya Namaha, Om Antasakshine Namaha, Om Andaryamine Namaha, Om Anandaya Namaha, Om Atmaswarupaya Namaha, Om Angla Bhasha Viduttamaya Namaha, Om Ishwaraya Namaha, Om Udarahridayaya Namaha, Om Utsahavardhakaya Namaha, Om Ekasmai Namaha, Om Omkaravide Namaha, Om Garunasagaraya Namaha, Om Garmaparayanaaya Namaha, Om Kalatitaya Namaha, Om Kaivalyaswarupaya Namaha, Om Kritatmane Namaha, Om Kritakrityaya Namaha, Om Gītājñānayajña Pracharakaya Namaha, Om Gurave Namaha, Om Gunatitaya Namaha, Om Granthakrite Namaha, Om Chinmayaya Namaha, Om Chinna Samshayaya Namaha, Om Jagatatmane Namaha, Om Jagatsakshine Namaha, Om Janapriyaya Namaha, Om Jitendriyaya Namaha, Om Jiva Brahmaikavide Namaha, Om Jivan Muktaya Namaha, Om Jirnamandirodharakaya Namaha, Om Tapovanashishyaya Namaha, Om Tapasvine Namaha, Om Tapanashanaya Namaha, Om Tirthaswarupaya Namaha, Om Tejasvine Namaha, Om Dehatitaya Namaha, Om Dvandvatitaya Namaha, Om Dridhanishchayaya Namaha, Om Dharma Samstapakaya Namaha, Om Dhimate Namaha, Om Dhiraya Namaha, Om Dhairyapradaya Namaha, Om Narayanaya Namaha, Om Nijanandaya Namaha, Om Nirapekshaya Namaha, Om Nisprihaya Namaha, Om Nirupamaya Namaha, Om Nirvikalpaya Namaha, Om Nityaya Namaha, Om Niranjanaya Namaha, Om Paramaya Namaha, Om Parabrahmane Namaha, Om Pavanaya Namaha, Om Pavakaya Namaha, Om Purushottamaya Namaha, Om Prasannatmane Namaha, Om Bhalasaktirahitaya Namaha, Om Bahubhaktaya Namaha, Om Bandhamochakaya Namaha, Om Brahmanishtaya Namaha, Om Brahmaparaya Namaha, Om Bhayanashanaya Namaha, Om Bharatagauravaya Namaha, Om Bhumne Namaha, Om Mahavakyopadeshakaya Namaha, Om Maharshaye Namaha, Om Madhuraswabhavaya Namaha, Om Manoharaya Namaha, Om Mahatmane Namaha, Om Medhavine Namaha, Om Yatatmane Namaha, Om Yajnakrite Namaha, Om Lokaprasiddhaya Namaha, Om Vakmine Namaha, Om Vibhave Namaha, Om Vinodapriyaya Namaha, Om Vinayashilaya Namaha, Om Vidaragaya Namaha, Om Vedanta Vedyaya Namaha, Om Shantaya Namaha, Om Shantipradaya Namaha, Om Shastrodharakaya Namaha, Om Shuddhasatvaya Namaha, Om Shrudiparagaya Namaha, Om Shrotriyaya Namaha, ॐ सन्न्यासिने नमः। ॐ समबुद्धये नमः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दाय नमः। ॐ सर्वहितचिन्तकाय नमः। ॐ सत्यसङ्कल्पाय नमः। ॐ सन्तुष्टाय नमः। ॐ साधवे नमः। ॐ सुमनसे नमः। ॐ सुहृदे नमः। ॐ स्वयं ज्योतिषे नमः। ॐ स्थितप्रज्ञाय नमः। ॐ क्षमाशीलाय नमः। ॐ ज्ञानमूर्तये नमः। ॐ ज्ञानयोगिने नमः। ॐ ज्ञानतृप्ताय नमः। ॐ नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्विकुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति। बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।
Welcome to the valedictory ceremony of the first Vedanta Sadhaka Course offered by Chinmaya Mission at Chinmaya International Foundation, Velinad, Kerala. We extend a hearty welcome to Pujya Swamijis, Brahmacharijis, Brahmacharinijis, all fellow sadhakas here, guests watching here and online.
I am Sugandha.
And I am Shrikant, your host for this event, and we both are students of Vedanta Sadhaka Course.
Before we begin, let us remind ourselves of the blessedness of the last year of our lives. We were living at the holy birthplace of Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankaracharya ji, meditating and performing Havan, Pujas in the home he was born in and walking on the grounds he once tread upon. We should feel very blessed and grateful that we had an opportunity to have lived and studied Vedanta here.
We should also be grateful to our Pujya Gurudev, without whose vision and mission we wouldn't have been here together. And our gratitude to the great Guru Parampara, represented by the Swamijis here, who have passed that ancient Vedanta knowledge to us selflessly. With this mood of blessedness and gratitude, let us proceed forward with the event. We invite our fellow student of Vedanta Sadhaka Course, Dr. Vijay Bodas, for invocation prayer.
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारः Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Vedanti ji, for such a beautiful prayer. Next is welcome address. Professor Ajay Kapoor ji, with a doctorate from Cambridge University, is a world-renowned researcher and has produced over 325 reports, papers, 3 books, several patents, and a university spin-out company. Since the inception of the Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth, he has served on the board of management and is currently Vice Chancellor. We invite Professor Ajay Kapoor ji to come onto the stage and kindly deliver the welcome address. Professor Ajay ji.
Thank you very much for that. How should I say it? It is such a wonderful occasion to be here today and welcoming Pujya Swami Sharadananda, Swami Viviktananda and trustees and all the colleagues here. And it's a thing of a joy for me because, as we all know, Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth has been working for the last 5-6 years. It was conceived here. Incredible amount of hard work has gone into this. So I like to acknowledge that, thank the previous vice chancellors, one of them sitting in front of me here, Gauri ji also, founding vice chancellor, Nagaraj ji and others, who worked tirelessly to see the outcome of that work in front of us today. Now, this is a badge which I have seen with very close proximity. I have talked to them in SIF, I've eaten food with them, I have talked to them. So I really feel that how happy they have been here, and each word that you said, that actually walking on this ground where Adi Shankaracharya grew up and walked sometime, that must have been really wonderful. And this is a program which was jointly delivered, and I have spent all my life in teaching, and I still can't understand that how Swami Advayananda, Sharadananda with very little help from here and there, single-handedly delivered that course and generated that kind of, I think, knowledge, experience, reverence in you, that when I talk to you, I can just feel that. I remember that last month, I talked to many of you, and they were very happy that course is coming to a close, but there was a little bit of sadness that it is coming to a close, because we'll be leaving from here, but then, and that is quite natural. I like to welcome you all. As we know, once you are a Chinmaya Mission family member, you are always Chinmaya Mission family member. Same with Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth also, once you are a Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth member, always that. So with that, I'll again welcome Pujya Swami ji, Swami Advayananda ji, Swami Sharadananda ji, Swami Viviktananda ji, all the trustees. I'll also like to acknowledge the hard work by the trustees, our Nair ji, our SIF team, and everybody else in making your stay so wonderful and so nice here. And of course, I'd like to welcome all of the students who have given 1 year of their life. It is not easy to do that, but then coming here, spending all your time here, leaving that work behind, your responsibilities behind. But I'm very, very sure that is adding a lot to you and to all of us. So welcome.
Thank you, Professor Ajay ji, for the nice welcome address. Next, we have a report presentation. Swami Advayananda, the president of Chinmaya International Foundation and a trustee of Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth, is the resident Acharya of the first Vedanta Sadhaka Course. In this course, Swami patiently repeated the difficult topics until we had some clarity and understanding. He always emphasized self-reflection and practice to internalize the message. One such practice, which we all have found extremely helpful, were the guided meditation sessions. Swamiji's lectures on Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and Prakarana Granthas helped us to dive deep into Vedanta and inspired us to continue this journey even after the course. Now we would like to request our dear Acharya, Swami Advayananda, to present the report of the first Vedanta Sadhaka Course.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Sarasvati Namaha. Om Shri Guru Namaha. Offer my Sashtang pranams to Pujya Swamiji, whose loving grace has always been with me right from when I was a young boy. This Vedanta Sadhaka Course is a postgraduate diploma or diploma, also for a few, on Advaita Vedanta, offered by Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth. Just to recall for those who may not be aware, is that we had this course started on Vijayadashami last year, October 15. So we went through a process by which we solicited applications and then went through a very rigorous process of selection. Altogether 149 applications were received, and then after interview we selected, and from those selected, maybe probably 75 were selected, and out of the 75 total selected, those who could actually join were 67, and out of the 67, those who completed the course are 51. 51, 50? 59. 59 completed the course. And out of this 59, suppose you want to know the breakup, we had a maximum participation from India, Swamiji, 44. And then you had other countries from USA, 6. Then also you have an array of countries, participants, 1. So many countries. Australia 1, Canada 1, Slovenia 1, France 1, Ghana 1, Nepal 1, Portugal 1, Reunion Island 1, Russia 1. I think if you just look at the students, you have the whole world, probably other than Antarctica. We have the whole world present here. That is what our Pujya Gurudev. It all shows the amount of loving work our Pujya Gurudev has done, which has brought all of them here. The course was not an easy course. I'm sure no one here would say it was an easy course. It had a very demanding course curriculum, but there were no holidays. So yesterday when Pujya Swamiji was telling, yes, this course will not have any holiday, because sadhana does not have a holiday. That is what Swamiji remarked yesterday about this. And when we went through the course curriculum, I just give a glimpse of the subjects what they studied, Swamiji. Pujya Swamiji himself started the course. Okay? Pujya Swamiji as the Mukhya Acharya, he started the course. The first text which Pujya Swamiji took for all of us was Bhagavad Gita, and then Hanuman Chalisa. So we started with that enormous auspiciousness. Pujya Swamiji. Then they went through Sadhana Panchakam, Tattva-boda, Atma-boda, Upadesha Sara, Drisya Viveka, Manisha Panchakam, Dakshinamurti Stotram, Advaita Vedanta, Saddarshanam, then certain texts authored by our Pujya Guruji. And Pujya Guruji has sent for all of us, all the students who have completed the course, his special prasad also, which you will find in your, there's a booklet there. Pujya Guruji's books, authored by Pujya Guruji, Manashodhanam, Jnanasara, Dhyana Swarupam, Bhakti Sudha. And if you take the Upanishads, then you have Ishavasya Upanishad, Kaivalya Upanishad, Kathopanishad, Kenopanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad. And then if you take Bhagavad Gita, you studied all the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Wherever there were unique interpretations, unique insight by Pujya Guruji, we saw all those wonderful portions also. Then they got to listen to Vivekachudamani, the crest jewel of wisdom, Pujya Gurudev's lectures himself. And then satsangs, Swami Sharadananda took for the Panchasuktas, meanings of Panchasuktas, Narada Bhakti Sutra, various stotras from book of hymns, Sankshipta, the old Bhagavatam. I do not know whether it is Sankshipta or not, but it was a Bhagavatam, then Sankshipta Ramayana. And then Swamiji also took for them special lectures on Sanatana-dharma-parichaya, which is actually an overview of the whole of Hinduism. Swamiji. Then chantings, Panchasuktas, Ganapati Atharva, various Sahasranamas, then Sanskrit, reading, writing, basics of grammar. Some of them did not even know letters, they started from letters. So that, I think, the whole thing, and then sadhanas also, puja, and japa, havana, how to do. Every Thursday they had Guru Paduka Puja. So many festivals and celebrations. I'm sure even if they forget Vedanta, I don't think they should forget. Even if they forget Vedanta, they will never be able to forget those very special, lovely, beautiful programs which they conducted on various occasions, Guru Purnima, Republic, so many. So, it's a lot of studies, and that's why I said that it is a very, very demanding schedule. It would not have happened but for their deep commitment to this knowledge. And in this whole process, there was a lot of, the team is very strong. That's what, so none of us felt that we were overstretched or strained. The only people who must have felt overstretched, strained must have been the students. But none of us felt any, because see, I had my co-acharya was Swami Sharadananda. That kind of assistance and help, not just in taking classes and all, Swamiji has got a great understanding and a perception over things and people. So usually his advice whenever I require, I have very, very timely and very perfect advice and straightforward advice from Swami Sharadananda. It has been always there, not just you're laughing because Swami says. So I have a very, very great support. And then the team of brahmacharis. So brahmachari Ved took care of so many aspects. Whether it is coordination with the university or you see, teaching is one thing, but clarifying doubts, so he took care, create assignments, correction over it, group discussion, then so many things. And it's not this or that because he's fully involved. Then Brahmachari Devaki took those absolutely wonderful Bhagavad Gita chanting. Because of it, Swamiji, I think everybody here will be able to chant Bhagavad Gita, including somebody from Ghana. So, everybody. That is a exemplary work she did. Apart from that, other informal chanting which you all know, never allowed to sleep or to sleep and keep knocking the door. Devaki was there. Brahmachari Tarini also was part of the team, along with Ved and Brahmachari Sudhir. She took care of many aspects, including training everybody in grassroots activities of the Chinmaya Mission, Balvihar, Yoga Kendra, so many things. So, and also assisted all of us in various camps that we took, etc., where we were training how to conduct group discussions, how to help people with doubts. So Tarini was there. Brahmachari Sudhir, he was the one who actually did everything in the background at the beginning. Right? And then he was there also part of everything process. So actually there's an enormous team which is there. Then we invited Swami Ramakrishnanji in the middle to come for taking Chandogya Upanishad so that
Some
not
humor.
Vedanta,
Some humor.
but a lot of laughter. So that laughter was so much, Swami. The room here also we could keep hearing those reverberations. So it's a very, very beautiful time we had. So as the course come to the completion, what we can say, Swamiji, is that there was not a day, Swamiji, we all, when we were with them, we anytime felt that it was boring. See, if they had given those kind of feeling, then it would not have been possible for us to do what has been allocated and as a duty for us. So the kind of enjoyment that everyone gave was simply really stupendous. Do you all say yes, or am I? I'm sure they all. So Swamiji, and Swamiji, during the midst we had 3 waves of COVID. Actually, the people who left the course did not leave because of any other reason other than that their health deteriorated because of COVID. Except for one person we had to request to go at the very beginning, because that person was not interested in everything of, wanted to attend only Vedanta classes. So we requested that person to leave because it's a whole course. But otherwise, we had a few people who had to drop. That was only because of COVID. And I should also give special appreciations to your family. Because if there was a husband here, there was a wife slogging there. If there's a wife here, the husband was there. The mother here, then that 8th standard, 9th standard kid studying there. So the amount of support which your family has given for all of you to make it happen, that you all work so hard is something very, very noble. But I think greater nobility lies with those people who stayed at home and enabled you to see your deep commitment to be part of this course. I think special gratitude goes for all of them. So every day, Swamiji, it was just remembrance of the Lord. As you know, bhakti, devotion to Bhagavan, remembrance of the Lord, wherein Saguna or Nirguna aspects is the most purifying. And all of you gave such a great opportunity for all of us here to do that. We are very, very grateful for all of you to help us. It was actually sadhana for us. So what you did was, we were very, very thankful for all of you. All that I can say at this time is that please keep in your mind the 3 yeses always. Yes. Yes 1, yes 2, yes 3, say, please. This will really take us. And let us remember one thing. There was a great Mahatma who did tapas for all of us. We are at his feet. And we have surrendered ourselves to him. So he is going to take us through, and we will reach it. That's the only, it's not because we are good in sadhana, we are good in sadhana, nothing of that nature. It's our Guru, it's Bhagavan. and this great sacred place in which we studied Bhagavan Shankaracharya. We have those grace and blessings. Let us walk forward and move forward. It was also a great honor because most of you were also elders to us, and if there are any occasions where you felt hurt or anything of that nature, kindly excuse. Nothing was intentional, everything was meant for all our good only. But it was a great honor being with all of you. And I was also blessed because my mother was there. So, in every way, this was a wonderful experience. And as we complete this Vedanta Sadhaka course, we offer it at the lotus feet of Pujya Swamiji. It is Pujya Swamiji who asked us to do this. Swamiji, we all did our best. We offer at the lotus feet of Swamiji.
Thank you, Swamiji, for painting such a beautiful picture of past 1 year of our lives and reminding us that we are now blessed, how blessed we are to live in the shelter of such a great Guru Parampara. Proceeding to Benedictory address now, Swami Sharadananda is also the resident Acharya of the first Vedanta Sadhaka course. He was the Upacharya of 13th and 15th Vedanta courses and Mukhya Acharya of 3rd Malayalam Vedanta course. Our first introduction to this beautiful CIF campus was the grand Navratri celebration led by Swamiji in the very home where Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankaracharya was born. He taught us Vedanta in a different flavor through his satsangs on Srimad Bhagavatam, Narad Bhakti Sutras. He introduced us to Vedic chanting along with meanings and various aspects of Sanatana-dharma. How to intensify love for Bhagwan through puja and havan. He also taught us that the avarna of adhyana of Sanskrit, which resulted in vikshepa, that we can never learn Sanskrit, was removed by him through very joyful and interactive lectures. Idanim vayam Sri Sharadananda Swami Padan Ashirvachanartham Ahvayamaha.
This Vedanta Sadhaka course was indeed a blessed course because we started with Vijaya. The moment we turn towards Bhagavan, Acharya, Guru, and Adhyatmikata, we are on the path of Vijaya. We started on Vijayadashmi day and we are ending on the Prathama of Navaratri. So we started with Vijaya and we are ending with Arambha. It shows that our studies are not over, it's just beginning. Whatever we learned this 1 year is a great treasure. I'm sure that, all of us may be finding like it takes years and years to really understand the deeper meaning of this Amrita Vani. So today we are beginning again to really understand, to go into the manna and the Dhyasanam of this Shastra and really experience the Amritanubhuti. We are indeed blessed that we were here in this most auspicious home of Shankara
under Pujya Swamiji, who taught us all with so much of love. And I only want to tell you this much that, please don't feel that you are going away. This is just a, as I was saying, this is a beginning, not an end. So this is not any ashram, just an ashram or an institution. This is Bhagwan's mother's place, and it's all our mother's place. More than mother's place, this is our grandmother's place. So the doors of Adi Sankara Nilayam is always open for all of us. And whenever we feel that we need some time to rededicate ourselves, the doors of Adi Sankara Nilayam is always open. Okay? So, and as Swamiji was telling, many of the sadhakas are more experienced than me, actually more learned also. They know much more things with lots of life experience. So Swamiji is very, very loving and very caring and but sometimes I have to be little bit more strict, etc. So, but as Swamiji said, all we wanted to be the best for you, and again, welcome back. So we studied one shloka in our Sanskrit class. That's what I want to, chant once again in front of you. That is, Maya hi iti amangala vrajeti snehad vihinam vachaha tishteti prabhuta yathamati kurushva ityatra udasinata tat kim sampradamacharami bhavatah prasthana kaluchita smartavya vayam adarena bhavata yavat punarvarsana.
Thank you, Swamiji, for your blessings and inspirational words to continue our journey forward. Next is another Valedictory address, the Swami Viviktananda. He is the regional head of Chinmaya Mission and trustee of Chinmaya Seva Trust, Kerala. He is also leading the Chinmaya Mission Center at Kasaragod. Let us recall Swamiji's message that he delivered in the inauguration session of this course last year. To paraphrase him, at the end of the course, the world remains the same, but we will have a different vision with regard to the absolute goal to be achieved, and we have to fix our minds on it. Hopefully, that internal transformation Swamiji was referring to has kindled in us to some extent in the last 1 year. Now we invite Swami Viviktananda to deliver the next Valedictory address.
सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. My salutations to all the Swamijis on and off the days, and also to all the sadhaks and the guests present here. At the outset, let me congratulate from the depth of my heart all the sadhaks who have successfully completed this one-year course, which So, and Adi Sankara's blessings, let it be on all of you. Thank you very much. Hari Om.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you, Swamiji, for your kind words and warm blessings. We will now hear from our fellow students about their experiences of Vedanta Sadhaka Course. Our first testimonial is by Sri Madhavan Shankar Narayananji. Madhavanji's humble and sweet demeanor brings a smile to everyone's face. He works very hard, and his dedication to learn and is exemplified by his initiative in chanting Narayaniyam and inspiring others to do the same. We came to know about his culinary skills by his large-scale preparation of Naivedyas during the pujas. Over to you, Madhavanji.
Hari Om and Namaskar to Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankaracharya, to Gurudev Swami Chinmaya Ji, Pujya Swami Swaroopanandaji, Swami Viviktananda, Swami Sharadananda, Swami Viviktananda, all the dignitaries of CIV and CBV, all the brahmacharis, brahmacharinis, all the fellow Vedanta Sadhaka servants, the guests of CVV and CIF. It's a great honor actually to be here and given this opportunity to give my testimonial on this day. When I first heard from Abin at 11 o'clock in the night, it was a message saying that you've been asked to give the testimony on the valedictory function. I was quite surprised, very pleasantly so. And a text followed very quickly, telling me that Emilia also would be giving the testimony soon after. Then my antennas went up. I was wondering, is Swamiji doing a contrast and compare between a Rajasic and a Sattvic, or between a perfection and imperfection? And I thought, maybe not so. But indeed, it's an honor to be here. Just a brief about my past. I've been in this path of spiritual quest for about 18 years now, since 2004 maybe, when the quest began, and went through the path of gurus, sadhanas, swadhyaya, and a lot of wanderings as well too. And it's been a long journey, and I did have lovely experiences and wonderful results from the sadhanas and support from various gurus, to a point that I almost believed I've almost made it, and I think I've attained everything I need to. Until 2020, when I felt terribly sick, and it was a brief period of time when nobody could figure out what the illness was, and a point came and I really thought I wouldn't survive. And there were a few moments when I thought I was not going to survive the night. And when my eyes closed, it was literally like an Upanishad. I really didn't know what I had surrendered to. I knew I didn't have knowledge, and I knew I had not made it. I begged and pleaded, saying, oh good Lord, 18 years have passed by. I've invested in something I don't know what it is about. Do something. Just give me an opportunity. Keep me alive long enough so that I could continue this quest in fulfilling it. Vedanta Sadhaka Course happened. I landed here. And I think that's one of the biggest grace the Lord has bestowed upon me in the last few years. I'm still here, survived several moments during the course, but I guess I managed quite well. Many of you who think I kept disappearing, it all had a genuine reason. Before I begin to elaborate on the key facts of my testimony, on what actually made a difference to me and what made a difference in my life through this entire Vedanta Sadhaka course, I would just like to summarize the 4 areas that which did make a huge difference for me. First, I would say Sanskrit. For somebody like me who could not read Devanagari script, and I come from Tamil Nadu, Hindi is a taboo. So I have no idea how the language looked. I've never seen it. And it made a difference. Second was Swadhyaya and learning through an unstructured manner. Because I've done a lot of Swadhyaya and I've learned things in a very, very unstructured manner, digging everywhere, going in whatever directions I can. The third aspect of it is we have a fair understanding of karma, we have an understanding of upasana, and an understanding of the phala that which comes from the karma and upasana, which is definitely not according to the Vedic traditions in the urban India I come from. And also we have a lot of sadhanas that which we do, and there is a complete misunderstanding of whatever I had learned and what I had understood in the past. So that was an area which I really benefited from after coming here. And last is the individual, where we live in this world. Unfortunately, India today has become a world of experience sellers too, as far as Brahma Vidya goes. And Brahma Vidya is sold as an experience keeping the individuality alive, which pretty much goes against the entire concept of Brahma Vidya. So these were the 4 areas I thought I benefited largely from. First, like to start with how I benefited from Sanskrit. Day 1 in a Sanskrit class, Swami Sharadananda beautifully chanted a few verses, and I started watering. I've always heard Sanskrit was a Deva Bhasha. That was the first day I realized that's something precious, and my eyes were really watering. With embarrassment, I just looked around to turn my face away, and I saw another friend from Portugal having tears running down her eyes too. And I thought, oh, here's another person who's realized the Deva Bhasha. At the same time, a fear gripped into me. I'm 51. I don't understand head or tail of any of the alphabets because 5 books was given to me prior to that. I couldn't read anything. I couldn't understand anything. And I thought at 51, I've gotten myself into a lot of trouble. But then as I progressed along, what I learned and what I understood was I had a lot of support from Swami Sharadananda. He literally held my hand and taught me how to write. And Swami Advayananda would always tell me that when I started off, I didn't understand the language. And I'm sure you'll be able to pick up on it. And slowly when I started going through it, then I figured out why this language is so important. Because all along in my life, I've been using translations and I've understood through the work of different translators. And then it suddenly hits me that whatever I've understood is completely different because every translation is just an interpretation of the translator's view. And very often we find that the translators are using popular brands like the Upanishads, popular brands like Bhagavad Gita to simply say whatever they want. It is not really the essence of what it is meant to be. And I figured out now that I'm going to know the language, now that I'm going to understand it, it's going to give me a great opportunity to understand Bhagavad Gita the way Bhagavan Sri Krishna wanted me to understand, and understand Upanishads the way the rishis wanted me to understand. So I think it has opened up a big insight and eyes for me that I can now actually perceive it in trying to understand it the way it was meant to be. So I think Sanskrit has made a huge difference for me in my life, and it is going to in my further studies which I am going to have. The second aspect which to me is very important, a big realization was how Swadhyaya and unstructured studying is very, very problematic and disastrous to somebody like me who's out there. When I do Swadhyaya and when I also have an unstructured study, I remember Paramahamsa Sri Ramakrishna's story which you tell very often to people, that when you, somebody came to him and said, Bhagavan, I want to gain a lot of knowledge, but I'm not able to gather enough, I'm not able to go into the depth of it. So Bhagavan told him that the problem with the ones who are not studying properly is that you dig 5 feet in 15 different places, but you don't dig 75 feet in one place. Water is never available at 10 feet and 15 feet. You need to go really deep for basically to fetch the water from there. So I found that was what I was doing. And secondly, the the Swadhyaya is very often through a lot of listening, because we listen to a lot of talks and we listen to a lot of lectures of different people. I'm not saying that the ones who are giving the lectures or delivering the lectures are not Mahatmas. They could be great Mahatmas. But because of the lack of understanding of the subject, I continue to interpret it in my own way. The Mahatma who is delivering the talk is probably fully aware of every word that which he is saying. Me not having studied the subject thoroughly, I completely understand it and misinterpret it in my own way, and I've created my own beliefs, value systems and knowledge, which becomes a great hindrance for me when I actually come down to study what Vedanta is. So unstructured studying to me was a big disadvantage, and I found that is being corrected now. And I would always wish that now I could do sadhya, because now I've learnt it in the presence of a guru, and I've learnt it in a structured manner. And this is going to make a difference on how it is going to be, and I feel this will really stand the test of time for me to progress in what I want to do in life. The third aspect, which to me was a huge difference, is again the karma and the upasana. India has become a huge market for karma and upasana, and these two are being marketed all over the world as enlightenment and spiritual experience. And me coming from urban India, I believed karma and upasana and the experience that which comes out of it and the phala that which comes out of it is realization. Very rarely do we think that it is just a stepping stone towards a huge path that which is to be undertaken, but just assume that karma and upasana and the phala from it itself is enough, and years go by it. 18 years of mine just went by, just abiding in a small phala that which arose out of upasana, believing that this is it, until death hits on your face, and then you suddenly realize this is not it, and there is distance to go. I was fortunate enough to buy a little more time, and I hope many get this time to progress in what they want to do as well. And I really find the other aspect of it is finally what really makes a difference, and what we continuously study here is the individuality. That eventually the entire Vedic studies, the entire aspects of all that we have studied, is to eventually give up on the individuality. Me and a very dear friend of mine, when we keep discussing about our troubles in life, we often think, oh, there are so many troubles this individuality carries with it, until you finally realize individuality is the only trouble that which you have. And getting rid of it, all troubles get rid of automatically. And Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the Upanishads, the various Prakarana Granthas, the Bhakti Shastras, and the various incidents and environments that which happens in life are all great opportunities for us to let go of the individuality. And to me, I find letting go of this individuality is going to be the real sadhana of my life. And I would interpret this to when Pujya Swamiji taught us the Bhajagovindam initially, and when I heard Satsangatve Nisangatva, I very clearly understood that to be the Sangha with the Sat. Having renounced the individuality, the real Sangha which happens with the Sat within, that is the Satsangatva. So Satsangatve Nisangatva. That Satsanga is going to remove this identification with this individuality in the body, that which is born out of it. And having lost that individuality, Nisangatve Nirmohatva, at that moment my delusion is going to end, and this Jagati Satya Buddhi and Anatmani Atma Buddhi will end at that point of time. And when this Satsangatve Nisangatva, Nisangatve Nirmohatve Nischalata, when the Nirmohatva happens to me, and that self which is ever reveals itself to me, Nischalatatve Jivanamukti. At that point of time, I am sure all my troubles that which is arising from individuality ends, and the true abidance will happen to me. And having learned all of these things, there are various moments, especially after the class, and when there is an insight, or when there are moments when I feel very troubled, I take a lot of liberty in troubling Swami Sharadananda and Swami Advayananda. Without even considering Swami Advayananda standing there at the rear of the entrance just for a few minutes, I just go running up to him. And on one such occasion, recently, after a very elaborate session of Bhagavad Gita, I went across to him and said, Swamiji, all these teachings that which I have heard, all these teachings that which I have understood, if I don't live it, isn't it a waste? Swami just looked at me for a couple of minutes. He said, "No, Madhavanji, it is not a waste. It is an utter waste." Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madhavanji, for sharing your personal struggles and your efforts to overcome them. It will motivate us also to do the same. Next testimonial is by Emilia Karshan. She has a unique combination. She is coming from Slovenia and is also a classical Carnatic singer. Emilia ji led all our daily bhajan sessions, accompanying singers on harmonium and encourage everyone to participate in them. And most importantly, she does it always with a smile. Over to you.
Hari Om. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om. When I first heard about the Vedanta Sadhaka Course, my heart literally jumped out. In that very moment, I felt like it was already decided for me to join. However, I had weeks of sleepless nights, as it seems close to impossible for me to live in the midst of our growing family business at that time, and also in the midst of my intensive training in Carnatic music for the planned Arangetram in Chennai, in the midst of global pandemic that was going on. However, with the grace of God, all the challenges were met and all the obstacles were removed. And so a year ago, we started this journey together. My purpose of coming here was to gain in-depth knowledge of Advaita Vedanta and also to test myself in a life of a sadhaka focused on spiritual practices and studies in a Gurukula setup. And so it truly was like that. This year for me was marked by jnana, tyaga and bhakti. As we were taken on a journey from one text to another, the knowledge just kept removing layer after layer of my misunderstandings of myself, the world and God. It kept making my intellect sharper and subtler, more focused and more perceivable for the truth. And over this year I have gained a greater clarity on the teachings as well as on the spiritual path, how it is laid down, what are the steps, and how to reach the final goal. At the same time, as it was many times said, I knew that unless this knowledge becomes my own, unless it becomes experiential, it cannot be truly called knowledge. Therefore, I kept inquiring and reflecting how to bridge the gap between the intellectual understanding and my daily experiences of who am I and how do I perceive life. And how do I free my mind? How do I still my mind and make space for this knowledge to sink in? And so I found my answer in a very well-known mantra. Na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyage naike amartatvamana shuho. Tyaga. So now that required a lot of self-effort. Already this course, as we heard, was very demanding in so many ways. With ongoing classes, day after day, keeping up with the studies, chanting, and also learning completely new things for me, like doing the Havana, Puja, even reading and writing Devanagari. And not to speak of numerous bhajans I had to quickly pick up to accompany all our fellow sadhaks. So this external effort was just a reflection of also the inner work that was going inside all along. I understood that if I want this knowledge to become part of me, I needed to start renouncing my comforts, my convictions, old habits of the mind, likes and dislikes, and generally my whole vision of the world and myself. And that probably was and continues to be the biggest challenge on this path, giving up the individuality, like Madhavananda said. We heard many times the formula, detachment, attachment. So it is the deep love for this teaching, the gurus, and foremost Bhagavan that gave me the strength to always push myself one more step when I thought I cannot do anymore. And throughout the year, that love was nourished in so many ways, by listening to the stories of Bhagavan, by celebrating his festivals, through pujas, havanas, and certainly by the love and compassion we have received from our dearest Acharyas. Sometimes just their loving side glance was enough for me to uplift my spirits and keep me going. We are at the end of this journey, but our true journey only now begins. This course has provided for us everything we need to start living a noble life of service to the Lord, the Guru, and the society. And also to keep walking on the path till the goal is reached. I am extremely grateful and humbled to have been part of the first batch of Vedanta Sadhaka Course, to have spent a year at the very birthplace of Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya, and to have received this knowledge of all knowledges from the Guru Parampara of the great Mahatmas and saints. I do feel indebted, and I take responsibility to make my life his message, and to bring this knowledge home where it is much needed. I believe this knowledge is truth, this knowledge is universal, and therefore this knowledge belongs to the whole of humanity. I pray for all of us that we never lose faith, that our love for truth keeps growing day by day, and that we stay committed to this path until we reach the final fulfillment of self-realization. Hari Om.
Thank you, Amelia ji, for sharing your experience and being part of this beautiful journey. Now we have a book release event. The first book, Sangeet Sanchintanam, Reflections on Art and Artistry, is an array of essays, reflections, personal journeys, and descriptions by artists of repute and faculty of Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth. The book showcases the depth and expanse of Indian Sangeet that embraces music and dance. We request Pujya Swami Swaroopanandaji to release the book. We invite Professor Ajay Kapoor ji to receive the first copy from Pujya Swami ji. We also invite Dr. Prabhavati ji, one of the authors of the book, to receive the next copy. The second book, Avratta Chakshu, is a compilation of takeaways penned by us, all the students of first Vedanta Sadhaka Course. The takeaways are individual reflections of what the students have gained from the course personally, and the sadhanas they wish to continue further. We request Pujya Swamiji to release the book and give the first copies to both Swami Advayananda ji and Swami Sharadananda ji.
Don't get happy.
Swamiji can. That's what.
Swami.
Swamiji's audio.
Thank you, Swamiji, for releasing the books. The next is Valedictory address. Pujya Swami Swaroopanandaji is the global head of Chinmaya Mission, Mukhya Acharya of the Vedanta Sadhaka Course, and is also the Chancellor of Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth, deemed to be a university. Several commentaries of important spiritual treatises and books on contemporary lifestyle subjects were authored by him. Also, self-development courses like Make It Happen, which have been adapted and created into HR training programs in India and abroad, were envisioned, designed, and conducted by Pujya Swamiji. We were blessed that Pujya Swamiji initiated us into the first Vedanta Sadhaka course through his insightful satsangs on Bhaja Govindam and Hanuman Chalis. We request and invite Pujya Swami Swaroopanandaji to deliver the valedictory address. Swamiji.
The best is always in the last. And when I saw the residence of someone is Gurudev's heart, I think when you read this, it's in this. I read, where's this person's residence? Gurudev's heart. And who lives in Ram's heart is Hanumanji. Because in Hanumanji's heart is Ramchandraji. When we conceived of this Vedanta Sadhaka course and thought about the two Acharyas for this course, Swami Advayananda and Swami Sharadananda, we were very confident that it would be a very inspiring as well as a great journey for all of you. And I heard so many apologies of them being young and you all old. But then in Dakshinamurti Stotram, what do we learn? Disciples were old, Guru was young. Isn't it? So I don't think so we need to be apologetic about that. No? But we are only as old as we are ready to give up. And your enthusiasm at any age, Bhagavan Krishna says that even at the time of death, we attain this Brahma Sthiti. Our lifetimes are fulfilled and there is no more falling into this world of change and uncertainty. Has come from Bombay. Pujya Guruji has sent all his love and blessings to all of you. As some of you have already summarized as to what is the main purpose of learning Vedanta and going through this well-structured course as Pujya Gurudev had conceived of and made it available for any sincere sadhaka. And having conceived this first of the Vedanta course tailored specially for those who are living in the family, who have to go back to the family and perform their duties. But with this knowledge, perform your duties even with greater diligence, because with your presence, you're living the beauty of this dharma, this knowledge will inspire and guide many to take up this path. The essence of this sadhana, Bhagavan Krishna has said, Vihaya kamanya sarvan pumams charati nispraha nirmamo nirahankara sa shantim adhigacchati. That person attains peace, or rather, adhigacchati becomes peace himself or herself, who, having transcended all desires, all, not only tea, coffee, because otherwise we left a lot of things, and now I'm told that everybody has got quite used to the Kerala rice. Right? Having abandoned all desire, charati, not sits back, but moves around, nispraha, without attachment. Without attachment means without depending on anything and anyone. And how can we not depend? We should have dependence, but only on Bhagwan and this Brahma Vidya we have received from the Guru. That is all that we have to depend upon, Bhagwan. Most people think that detachment means we have to detach from Bhagwan first. That only ask. Detach from the world means don't be dependent on the world for your peace and your happiness. Once I was sitting with Guruji and we were discussing on this word, discussing what actually he was explaining, that this nishkamta, this freedom from desire, and nishkam karma also, which means literally doing actions without any desires. That's how generally it is translated. And he said that people say that when we pray to God, we should not ask for anything. When we pray to God, we should not ask for anything. Yeah, out of wisdom that He knows everything. But he said that great saints have said there should be nishkamta from the world. No expectations from the world or worldly people. But from Bhagwan, how can we not have any kamana? Because only He can give us what we cannot do on our own. But ask of Bhagwan not some worldly things for which He has given us all the ability to achieve or to perform. Because whatever we have to fulfill our destiny, from the time of our birth, Bhagwan has given it to us. Why ask for something that has already been given to us, that we only have to be grateful for? If we have to ask, then ask only Bhagwan. Remember Hanuman Chalisa? Don't go and ask those kanjus who themselves don't have. Ask Him who can give us what no one can give. And our entire sadhana should be detachment from the world, attachment to the truth, Brahman, Bhagwan. Therefore, charati nispraha, not dependent on anything or anybody in the world. You know, normally when people ask question, how can we not have any expectations from people? But Vedanta Sadhaka should know that you can have any expectations, but all expectations is fulfilled only by Bhagwan, no other. I remember Gurudev wrote on my book, Narad Bhakti Sutra, that love him and him alone, for only he can give love. So depend only on Bhagwan. Hold on only to this knowledge. Yeah? Not our own thinking, and if our thinking is in line with this knowledge, then it is right thinking. Not our own thinking and fancies. Because Vedanta is not a theory. It is teaching us how to think rightly. You know, how to think about the truth. Thus, be a sincere sadhaka. And who is a sincere sadhaka? Nirmamaha nirahankara. Without the sense of minus and without the sense of I-ness. As it was said also, that this I. We say, how can this I go? So Gurudev gave us a very nice solution. He said, be selfish, but selfish. Self should be Isha. And Isha what? Ishavasyam idam sarvam. If your self is Isha, then the self in everyone is the self in me, and the self in me is the self in everyone. That vision should never go away. Be self-isha, selfish. First only fish smells, and when it's a shellfish, it stings even more. You know what the humidity in Kerala does to you, right? Yeah. And the coastal line. And then also you close yourself in. Think small, be small, and in that shell think that I fill up the entire space. Then it is shellfish. Therefore, sadhana is serve, 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 give, give, give. Expect only from one who is the giver. Everybody else is a receiver. And seek that and that only. We started with Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. Now we are not speaking to Mudhas, all Param Gyanis, right? Yeah, so Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, all Gyanis. After all this knowledge, what we have to do is seek that and that alone. Serve for that and that alone. And whichever way we can serve, by the performance of our duties, whether at home or in society, wherever we can go beyond just me and my family to the larger family of the world. And whatever with our talents we can serve, but with just one thing, that God has given me this opportunity to serve in whichever manner. I consider it as a privilege to offer to my Lord. With that attitude, serve such a person indeed is a true sadhaka. Your regular swadhyaya, again, don't go and try to read new books. You can. Yeah? But there is no end to that Shastra Vasana. That is also a Vasana. Because what we have learned, become firm in that. Abide in that knowledge. Live it. Be it. So, invoking the blessings of the entire Guru Parampara, that all of you in this life itself, as sincere sadhakas, you reach that supreme goal, that sadhya, the fulfillment of life, the supreme peace, that one who is all. And it can be done in this life itself. We have such a great Guru Parampara, we have had Gurudev in our life. And Upanishad clearly says, Acharyavan Purusho Veda. That one who has such an Acharya has to know it. So, with that Shraddha and Bhakti, continue reflecting on this knowledge. In fact, Nanya Pantha Ayanaya Vidyate. There is no other. And this statement of the Veda is not out of any limited thinking. This is the way we have been taught with logic, proofs, etc. Now only we have to sincerely pursue it. And every time desire, attachment, I and my, these four things you keep on checking. The moment you feel agitation and sorrow, these four thieves are around. Become alert and vigilant, as Gurudev's message is here. Alert and vigilant living itself is sadhana in the true sense. The moment we detect agitation and some form of remorse, sorrow, helplessness, recognize these four have crept in. Be alert, be vigilant, invoke the blessings of the Lord and surrender them, eliminate them. This is sadhana in the true essence. Every other sadhana that has pointed out to you is to achieve this. Whichever sadhana you've taken up for your practice, your puja, upasana, in that japa, meditation, all this is to achieve this peace. Elimination of these four. Eliminate it, and here and now, you shall attain that. That's why Bhaj Govindam also, Kamam, Krodham, Lobham, Moham, Tyaktva Atmanam Pashyati Soham. And this life, don't just say in words. No. Soham, Soham, Soham. So with that, I invoke the blessings of our entire Guru Parampara. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Invoking the blessings of Vidya Maya, Divine Mother, that we attain that Vijaya and fulfill our lives by eliminating this 10-headed demon, the ego. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Thank you, Pujya Swamiji, for your inspiring words. With your blessings, may we gain that Shraddha and Shraddha on wisdom of the Gurus and Shastra, and an unwavering devotion towards Bhagwan. We humbly request Pujya Swami Swaroopanandaji to bless our resident Acharyas, Swami Advayanandaji and Swami Sharadananda.
Thank you, Pujya Swamiji and Swamijis also. Coming to the end of the ceremony, we now have a vote of thanks. Professor Gauri Mahulikar ji, Academic Director, Chinmaya International Foundation, is a renowned scholar of Sanskrit and Indic knowledge systems. She authored many scholarly books and research articles in 4 languages and mentored several doctorate students over 3 decades. We, the students of Vedanta Sadhaka Course, were privileged to listen to her highly knowledgeable talks on Astika and Nastika Darshan and other topics of Indic knowledge systems. We invite Professor Gauriji to deliver the vote of thanks.
Hari Om. Ya Devi Sita Pankaja Sanavara Seenakshamala Kara Veena Jhankriti Nashta Sarva Jadata Smera Prafullanana Ya Vakyartha Pada Pramana Vibhava Ya Sarva Bhashatmika Tam Vachamadhi Devatam Bhagavatim Vande Sada Bharati. Adya Vedanta Sadhaka Pathyakramasya Samapana Avasare Manche Virajamanaha Chinmaya Mission Ityasyaha Samsthayaha Pramukha Swami Padaha Swasvarupena Anandam Dadanaha Swaroopananda Mahabhagaha. Asya Pathyakramasya Pramukha Acharya Padam Bhushayantaha Advayasya Anandasya Anubhutim प्रापयमाणाः अद्वयानन्दस्वामिनः उपाचार्याः शारदायाः सर्वदेवदेवीस्वरूपायाः भगवत्याः चरणकमलयोः आनन्दं पिबन्तः वात्सल्यरसं च सर्वेभ्यः पाययन्तः शारदानन्दमहाभागाः केरलप्रान्तस्य प्रमुखाः विविक्तानन्दमहाभागाः चिन्मय विश्वविद्यापीठस्य कुलगुरुपदे विराजमानः अजय कपूर महोदयः सिफ संस्थायाः व्यवस्थापकः शिवशङ्करन् नायर् महोदयः अन्ये ब्रह्मचारिणः ब्रह्मचारिण्यः वेदान्तसाधकाः तेषाम् आत्मीयाः जनाः अधिकारिणः अभ्यागताः आत्मीयबान्धवाश्च सर्वेभ्यः हारदांसि नमांसि। महानयं समुल्लासस्य विषयः यत् आवर्षं प्रचलन् अयं वेदान्तसाधकवर्गः अद्य वाणी विनायक गुरु अनुग्रहेण च समाप्तिम् आगतः। महदस्ति मे सौभाग्यं यदहम् आनृण्यप्रकटनाय अत्र उपस्थिता अस्मि। Friends, there are many hands, heads and minds in the successful completion of this 1-year intensive Vedanta Sadhaka course. I will take the help of one verse from Bhagavad Gita to propose my vote of thanks. I don't want to name one single person for that. There are so many hands, so many minds and hearts. The verse in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita reads as Adhishthanam tatha karta karanam cha prithak vidham vividhascha prithak cheshtaha daivam chaivatra panchamam. These are the 5 reasons, 5 things which help the completion, successful completion of anything. Adhishthanam, first of all. What better Adhisthana, what better location than Adi Sankara Nilayam. Swayam Bhagavan Shankaracharya was born here. Even after sannyasa, he came here along with his shishyas. His footprints are here. The water which he drank from the well in Melpadur Mana, we take it as Tirtham. This is the place where Pujya Gurudev's footprints are found. So no better Adhisthana could have been for such an intensive Vedanta Sadhaka course. So we are all graced and we are all obliged by all these Mahatmas and Gurus, right from Shankaracharya, his Shishyas and Gurudev. Karta. The 3 Acharyas adorning the stage today, the Pramukha Acharya Swaroopananda, the Mukhya Acharya here, Advayanandaji, and Upacharya Sharadanandaji, along with a team of Brahmacharis and Brahmacharinis. Conceptualization of a course like this, it is also not easy, but more difficult is the execution of that with the help of all the Brahmacharis and Brahmacharinis and with the assistance from many other people. The Kartrupada really did a wonderful job. And there were many hurdles, but na nishchitarthat viramanti dhiraha. Once the goal is set, the dhira people, dhira is not just steadfast. Ra is a matvarthiya pratyaya. I will start teaching Sanskrit. So dhi and ra, dhi yuktaha janaha. These are all dhiraha. So na nishchitarthat viramanti dhiraha. So I thank all the acharyas for their wonderful job here. The third thing is karanam. Karana is instrument. Karana is instrument, right? So instruments, there are so many things, so many people, so many teams, so many offices which worked in unison for the successful completion. For example, these all teams of work, they took care of the sadhakas from their physical health to their spiritual wisdom, spiritual health as well. No wonder emotional quotient is also taken care of in between. Okay, so good food, healthy ambience, clean surroundings, and for that, who held that all responsibility? The kitchen manager Vishwanathan and his entire staff, manager Shiva Shankaranji, the camp coordinator Abin and the entire staff working under them, the hospitality people, all the chechis. So everybody was the Karana. Unless the good ambience was provided for Vedanta sadhakas, it would have been very, very difficult. So I owe my gratitude to all these people who were instrumental in the completion of this Vedanta Sadhaka course. Vividhaha Prithak Cheshtaha comes in number 4. Vividhaha Prithak Cheshtaha. There were so many activities. Swami Advayananda also enumerated a few. I have also listed a few. Various activities, be it first of all, for the intellectual, the purpose for which you are here, Vedanta. So various assignments, don't want to remember. Various assignments, group discussions, guest talks and whatnot, okay. Cultural events on various occasions. We started from Vijayadashmi, then Deepavali, then Gita Jayanti, then Mahashivaratri. All through the year, so many happenings are there. National holidays, national festivals, 15th August and 26th January. And so many pujas. Every Thursday, the Guru Paduka Puja. Every Sunday, the Gayatri Havan. So all these kept the Vedanta Sadhaka students quite busy, and it also helped them to forget that they are far away from their homes. These all things created a home away from home for all the sadhakas, and that is also instrumental in the successful completion of the course. So I thank all those who helped, who facilitated all these activities. Daivam Chaivatra Panchamam. The first was Adhisthana, the last is Daiva. Daiva is our prarabdha. Daiva could be the unseen forces which motivate us, Without being seen, they are there. They may be the elders, they may be our gurus, they may be our ancestors, our forefathers. We don't know. Yesterday we remembered and expressed our gratitude to all our forefathers. So all their wishful thinkings, that is also comprised in this element. And this Daiva had, the pandemic. 2 waves of COVID hit. Some of the students had to drop out. They were selected, that was a blessing. But to complete it requires still more blessing. And perhaps they lacked that. Few of them, they lacked that. And therefore, for completion of this course, we have to be, and all the sadhakas who will be getting their degrees tomorrow, they have to be thankful. And we thank all of you for thanking your ancestors and your elders and all those known and unknown powers who have motivated you to see this day today. And now, as Swamiji said, the sadhana, the swadhyaya and the seva, the 3 S's, they have to be continued. And Pujya Swamiji already told you how to complete this sadhana. Swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam, deva pitru karyabhyam na pramaditavyam. And all the Taittiriya Shiksha Valli, the entire Shiksha Valli will guide us, will guide you all for your future spiritual growth. So on behalf of all the people here, the organizers, the CIF, the trustees. I wish you, I'm just a representative here. I take this opportunity to express my gratitude to all those people who perhaps were not mentioned, but they are there. And I wish you all the sadhakas a very, very fruitful, rewarding spiritual life ahead. And as Swami Sharadananda said, this is an Arambha day, Shailaputri today. May she bless us all. And because this is Arambha, I would like to end with the Vedic mantra again from Taittiriya, that, because this is an Arambha, let new students start coming to this campus. Amayantu brahmacharina swaha, vimayantu brahmacharina swaha, pramayantu brahmacharina swaha, damayantu brahmacharina swaha, shamayantu brahmacharina swaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha Sarvebhyaha.
Thank you, Professor Gauriji, for a heartfelt vote of thanks and covering each and every individual who was involved in successful completion of this course. Now we will take the Chinmaya Mission Pledge led by Brahmachari Ved Chaitanya ji, who needs no introduction. He is our problem solver, where Vachyartha of the word problem is definitely related to academics, but the Lakshyartha of the word problem, we all know what does that mean. It could be food, schedule, and so on. We request you all to stand up for the pledge and keep your right hand on the chest.
Hari Om. We'll chant the pledge together. We stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. We serve as an army, courageous and disciplined, ever ready to fight against all low tendencies and false values within and without us. We live honestly the noble life of sacrifice and service, producing more than what we consume and giving more than what we take. We seek the Lord's grace to keep us on the path of virtue, courage, and wisdom. May Thy grace and blessings flow through us to the world around us. We believe that the service of our country is the service of the Lord of Lords, and devotion to the people is the devotion to the Supreme Self. We know our responsibilities. Give us the ability and courage to fulfill them. Om Tat Sat. We come to conclusion of this program. Once again, thanks to each and everyone present here and also attending online. We will conclude with Shanti Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Boliye Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. I request everybody to please sit down. All the Vedanta Sadhaka Course students will be receiving a special prasad now from Pujya Swamiji. I request all the students to please listen carefully. Come from one side, from my left hand side. Offer Guru Dakshina in front of Pujya Gurudev. And Pujya Swamiji will be putting tilak and also giving mala. And Swami Advayananda will be giving a bag of prasad to all. Then you can go from here and go back and sit at your place. Hope that is clear.
Yeah. No, Mala will be given by Swamiji, Mala and Chandan. Some chanting and all going on, no?
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Ram Jaya Ram. Tarini, be this side.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya. Tarini, come this side. Tarini, be this side.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya 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 Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram. Congratulations.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
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 Pranam Samma. Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Amma, walk carefully. Don't bending. Amma, no bending.
Shri Ram Jaya
No
Ram
bending.
Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Help her to get down, man. Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Hari Om Amma. Hari.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya
Congratulations.
Jaya Ram.
You are Amma.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations, Amma.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Amma, congratulations.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Arunachal, congratulations.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya
Congratulations.
Ram.
Hari.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya
Hari,
Jaya
congratulations.
Ram.
All the best. All the best.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations, Doctor. Hari.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Amma, congratulations. Hari.
Shri
All the
Ram
best.
Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations and all the best.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations, all the best.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya
Congratulations, Amma.
Ram Jaya
All the
Jaya
best.
Ram.
Congratulations.
Shri Ram Jaya
All the
Ram
best.
Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations and all the best.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations, Ronika. Hari Om. All the best.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram
Amma,
Jaya Ram
congratulations.
Jaya
All the best.
Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya
Congratulations and
Jaya
all the best.
Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations, Amma. All the best also.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri
Hari Om,
Ram
Amma.
Jaya Ram
Congratulations,
Jaya
all the
Jaya
best.
Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram
Congratulations and
Jaya
all the
Ram
best.
Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya
All the
Ram
best.
Jaya Jaya
Congratulations, man.
Ram. Shri
Enough.
Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya
Congratulations.
Ram.
All the best.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations,
Shri
Amma.
Ram Jaya
All the
Ram
best.
Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations, all the best.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations, Minal. All the best for you.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram
Congratulations
Jaya
and all the
Jaya
best.
Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram
Congratulations.
Jaya Jaya
All the best.
Ram.
Amma, Hari Om. Hari Om,
Shri
Hari Om.
Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations, Pooja. All the best.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya
Congratulations,
Jaya
Amma.
Ram.
All the best.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram
Congratulations, all the
Jaya
best.
Jaya Ram. Shri Ram
Congratulations,
Jaya
all the
Ram
best.
Jaya Jaya Ram.
Swarmuji, congratulations,
Shri
all the
Ram
best.
Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations, all the best.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations
Shri
on all the
Ram
best.
Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations on all the best, Minaji.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Shri
All the
Ram
best.
Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations, Emilia.
Shri
All the
Ram
best.
Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Madhav,
Shri Ram
congratulations.
Jaya Ram
All
Jaya
the best.
Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya
Congratulations,
Jaya
all the best for
Ram.
you. All the best.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations. All the best.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations, man. All the best.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations and all the best for you.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya
Hearty
Ram.
congratulations. All the best also.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations and all the best, Sugandha.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations.
Shri Ram
All the
Jaya
best.
Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri
Congratulations.
Ram Jaya Ram
Congratulations.
Jaya
All the best.
Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya
Congratulations.
Ram
All the
Jaya
best.
Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations. All the best.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations.
Shri Ram Jaya
All the
Ram
best.
Jaya Jaya Ram.
All the best. Come on.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Congratulations. All the best also.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram.
Congratulations and all the best.
Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Syavara Ramchandra ki, Pavan Sutta Hanuman ki,
Jai.
Umapati Mahadev ki,
Jai.
Bolo Bhai Sab Santan ki,
Jai.
Sadgurunath Maharaj ki.
Jai.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam
Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.